Alright, hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Casey, and today I'm bringing you guys a video all about, if you've been feeling a little directionless, maybe you're not sure where you want your life to go from here, you're at a crossroads in life, maybe you're not sure what your next purpose is or your purpose in general in your life, maybe you're not sure what direction to take your career in. This reading is for those of you that are feeling that feeling of directionlessness, and hopefully I'm going to give you some clarity on, what direction your soul and your spirit guides want you to go in. What is the direction in search of your highest good? What direction is going to bring you the most abundance and personal fulfillment? And, it could be something as simple as your career, or it could be, a deeper soul-searching type purpose. But whatever it is, we're going to help you find it so that you're not feeling as directionless. So, today I have 3 different readings for you to choose from. We have pile 1 with card number 9, Abundance. We have pile 2 with card number 7, Inner Truth. And we have reading 3 with card number 33, Nourish the Shadow. So go ahead and pause, figure out which reading you feel most drawn to. I'll leave timestamps down in the description box below so you can quickly jump to whichever reading that you want to listen to. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, wow, pile 1. I literally kept saying wow over and over again as I was drawing your cards because you have some very powerful cards here. And if you've been especially worried about career or financial abundance, what I have to say is okay, first of all, the card that you chose at the very beginning, the abundance card, the very first card that popped up was the abundance card of a different deck. Clarifying the abundance card is the 7 of Pentacles, which has a lot to do with growing wealth, growing abundance. So that is a big thing that we're going to be getting into today. So whatever it is that this new direction is that you're meant to go in, it is going to bring a lot of financial abundance and just feelings of material security around you. I get the sense that you're wanting to leave behind an old life. So maybe you were a part of a career for a long time at the same company. It was kind of unfulfilling. Maybe you weren't making as much money as you wanted to. And I almost get this sense that you're wanting to go out on a venture on your own. Maybe starting your own business, maybe going in on a business with a friend, like a business partner. Just starting something new, getting something up off the ground that hasn't been done before. And what I have to say about this is it's going to be a beautiful journey that is not only going to lead you to everything that you want abundance-wise, but is going to bring you a lot of personal fulfillment. And everything here I'm getting is encouraging you to stay on this path. So what I have to say is I feel like I don't need to specify exactly what it is, what direction that you need to go in. I think that you already know. You've been thinking about it. You've just been on the fence about it. I think that you're very worried that maybe it won't pan out. Maybe it's a bad idea. Maybe, you're not quite sure about your own abilities. You're not sure if you could make it a success. What I have to tell you is you already know the direction to go in. You're just afraid. And that fear is very valid, Starting a new venture can be a bit of a gamble, but everything that I'm seeing here is overwhelmingly positive. Especially this 3 of Wands. This card is all about looking and moving forward towards a brighter future, especially going down a new path, going on a new journey. You literally see this guy going towards this bright yellow light. He's literally going in a brighter direction. And being clarified by the Message of Peace card, I feel like this journey is going to make you a lot more fulfilled in life. Not just money and abundance is a given at this point. You have 3 different cards telling you that you're going to have abundance at the end of this road. So I wouldn't even worry about that point. I don't need to keep emphasizing that it's a given from these cards. But something that you're also going to get that I don't think that you're expecting from this new direction is your personal fulfillment. I think with the Message of Peace card and the 3 of Wands, this is going to be a direction that you're actively enjoying moving towards, something that you love doing. For instance, if you got $1 billion tomorrow, would you still want to pursue this thing? If you didn't need to worry about money, I think the answer would be yes. And maybe you don't realize it yet because maybe you haven't dipped your toes in it yet. But you're going to realize that whatever this new venture is, if it's starting your own business, opening up a shop, whatever it is, it's something that fulfills you on a personal soul level. And with message of peace, we think of careers as like hectic and stressful, but somehow this is the thing that you go to that you enjoy, that brings you peace, that brings you quiet, that brings you comfort, which is crazy because like when we think career, we think the opposite of that. We think something that we have to give up comfort. We have to wake up early to go do, something that's a hassle. But whatever this new venture is, not only is it bringing in money and abundance for you, it's bringing in personal fulfillment, personal abundance, emotional abundance. Like, it's insane to think of the word peace when it comes to career, I think, in our day and age, because we think peace is, after you clock out at the end of the day and then you go home, then you can have peace. But it's like, even in the thick of it, even when things can get quote unquote stressful, you still manage to find peace and fulfillment in what you're doing because it truly matters to you. Maybe it's something that contributes back to your community. Maybe it's something that helps your friends. Maybe it's just something that you thoroughly enjoy, Whatever it is, it's giving back to you emotionally. And it's just something that you want to keep pursuing, you want to keep doing. Even if you've made your money, it's like you'd want to wake up and do this no matter what. Now, these two cards at the end here, I'm kind of foggy on. So you have secrets clarified by the moon. And another reason that I said wow is when I was shuffling your cards is because the moon literally has to do with secrets. It has to do with the unknown. And just to get this back to back, to get 3 abundance cards all clarifying each other, you have a very concrete message here that it's all trying to say the same thing. And with the secrets card and the moon, I believe that this journey, you might even be confused that I'm telling you all these great things are going to happen because you truly have no idea what's in store for you. It feels like an unknown path, and of course it is because you haven't started it yet. But I think you've only thought of it in one way, this is a possible financial venture. I don't think you've even thought of the possibilities of where this could take your life, how different your life could be a year or 5 years from now when you've gone down this path, how dramatically it can transform your life. Something that just came to mind is maybe you move to a different country, or maybe you're living in a different house, or maybe your friend group looks completely different. But no matter what happens, no matter what big changes happen, I want to say that it's all something that you wouldn't give up for the world. It's all something that you're I'm so glad I made this choice and this decision. So what I mean by secrets and the moon card being about the unknown, you see in the moon card, you have this little lobster who's at the beginning of this journey, and there's this long, dark path ahead of him. He has no idea where it's gonna go. He sees these dogs are fighting, it's dark out, he's scared, he doesn't know where things are gonna lead him, he doesn't know if things are gonna fall apart or if he's gonna get lost. But I think that since this is saying this to you, it's saying you have all these fears because you haven't dipped your toes in yet. You don't know what to expect, and therefore you're afraid it's not gonna work out. But as you keep going down the path, things are going to get lit up and you can look around and you're going to start recognizing things. And what I mean by that is you have a lot of fear of the unknown. You have a lot of fear of taking risks, of, quote unquote gambling. You think that's what this is. You think that this thing, it can't possibly work out because, how often does something like this happen to somebody like me? How often does something like this happen to the average person? And what I have to say is you're not just some average person. Whatever this is something that was destined for you. This is something that you are meant to do, and you can feel it calling to you. That's why you were brought to this reading. That's why it resonates so strongly. If you've made it to this point and you're thinking so hard about this one thing that, this one business venture, this one business idea that you've had but you've been too scared to go for, the reason you feel that strong desire and pull towards this thing is because it's something that you are meant for. It's something that the universe wants created through you, and therefore that's why you desire it. The desires that you have originate because they were the universe's desires first. And what I have to say is, as afraid of this path as you are, you just have to think of all the unexpected things that could come from it, the good unexpected things. What you know right now, are you comfortable staying like that for the rest of your life? What you know and what's quote unquote comfortable, this career that you've had till this point, this life that you've lived till this point, would you be content if you continued to live this for the rest of your life? If nothing changed, if you never took that risk? Or do you want to take that risk and say, you know what, even if it doesn't work out, at least I tried. At least I tried to go for something I wanted. At least I tried to go for something better. And then let yourself dream about the possibility of what if it does work out? What if this makes me financially richer than I've ever imagined? And there's nothing wrong with wanting to be rich. I'll say it right here, right now. Imagine you can get all of that, and on top of that, personal fulfillment, the ability to, dictate your own schedule, being your own boss, whatever it is that this would allow you to have, let yourself daydream about it. And then let yourself take that risk, take those steps down that path. Maybe it'll be scary at first, but the further you go, the more you'll be able to trust yourself. And I have to tell you, the amount of positive cards that you have here are telling me so strongly that not only is this what you are meant for, but that this is going to give you everything that you've wanted and more. Like things that you don't even know that you want, you're going to have. And you're going to be like, oh my God, how did I live a different way for so long? So finally, I want to read you the card, the abundance card. This is the first card that you chose at the beginning of your reading. Card number 9. So the number 9 might be specific to you. I also want to say that the number 9 has to do with endings, and that doesn't necessarily need to be a bad thing. I think specifically for you, it could speak about the ending of your current way of life so that it can make way for a new beginning, a new change. The death card is also card number 9, and it's not a card to be scared of. The death card just speaks about changes. It speaks about the death of our current reality so that we can move on to the next one. And I think that if you've been really unhappy and really unfulfilled by your current life, this sign of a change to come is a blessing because it's all bringing you closer to your highest good, to what your higher self wants for you. So I'm going to go ahead and read to you number 9, abundance. All right, number 9, abundance, bowhead whale. To survive, bowhead whale must be in flow with the currents of the ocean, where its main source of food lives. When a team is migrating through the Arctic waters, the lead bowhead will often break through the ice to create a hole that the following whales will use to breathe. Bowhead whale comes to ask you to be in harmony with the flow. The flow is the path of least resistance. It is allowing that which is bigger than yourself to guide you. This card reveals that something greater is clearing the way for a time of relief. You are in alignment with the flow where abundance follows. This abundance is revealed to you as your true self. You're being asked to release your negative thinking and worry. Rest assured that whatever is currently bringing discord or angst will soon dissipate. Let go. Holding on to worry is resisting the state of flow. When we trust life and surrender, we work in flow. When we work in flow, we channel, which means to allow the universe to self-express through us. In these magical moments of inspiration, we allow the universe to actualize using us as the vehicle. This is bliss. As we transcend the superego and are one with the ultimate oneness, this is where we realize our true self. This is ultimate abundance. Bowhead whale's medicine suggests prayer as a gateway to channeling. Ask the universe what you can do for it and not what it can do for you. What comes next is better than what you could wish for. So, I feel like that perfectly encapsulates your reading. I really hope that this brought you clarity, Pile 1, and the biggest thing I want to tell you is try not to worry. The biggest thing holding you back is your fears and your worries. And like I said before, just ask yourself, would you be content staying in this life that you know already, knowing that you're never going to take that risk, you're never going to even see the possibility of this greatness? Or do you want to take the chance? Maybe it's a risk, maybe you fail, but also what if you don't? Don't you want to experience that? And trust me, there is so much here in store for you, so many good things. I just want to encourage you because I love seeing people live out their true potential, and I feel like you have so much here. So, Pile 1, thank you so much for watching. I truly wish that you have the best day wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. All right, Pile 2. First of all, I want to start off by saying that you have an unconventional message. I believe in part it has to do with career, but it's such an unconventional career path that it might be a little harder than usual for me to come up with analogies, but I'm going to do my best, so stick with me if it resonates. So starting off, with Respect and the High Priestess. Actually, I want to start off with the education card in the middle. So what I mean by unconventional here is you have the Five of Pentacles. And this card, I always say that this is like the out in the cold card. This is the person who's, the door has been shut on them, they're outcast, they're stuck outside, they haven't been let in. And in a general sense, this almost makes me think like somebody that's been outcast or somebody unconventional. They're not let into the conventional spaces. Especially with the education card, I think you're trying to learn new skills or new beliefs that go against convention. They go against what people are used to. And this can tie into your career. Maybe your career path is something very unconventional, or at least unconventional where you're from. Maybe in somewhere like LA or New York, it might be conventional because everybody there is weird. But I feel like maybe you came from a home or a town that was very set in its ways. There were specific career paths that you go down, and if you don't go down those, then you're wrong or you're weird. And this might cause, like, your parents, for instance, to disown you. And in an extreme scenario, I'm not saying that this is happening to all of you, but for example, I have a lot of friends who come from immigrant families, and a common theme with immigrant families is, the parents, obviously, they want you to succeed in their own way. So the only kinds of jobs that are acceptable are you become a surgeon, you become a lawyer, or, an engineer. You make a lot of money, you do these conventional things. Doing something like being a yoga teacher, for example, would be so wildly unconventional, it might make your parents disown you. In certain cultures. And so that's what I mean here when I say that maybe your background, maybe your community, maybe your family isn't okay with this kind of career path that you've been wanting to go down. Your soul has been feeling a tug towards it. And like I said, unconventional. So maybe, like I said, maybe it is you want to be a yoga teacher. Maybe you want to do something spiritual that's different than the religion that you were raised with. Like, for instance, maybe you were raised Christian and now you want to be a tarot reader, like what I'm doing, or I don't know, something unconventional like that. I think especially whatever it is has to do with like holistic healing or spiritual work, maybe witchcraft, or like when I said holistic, maybe like literal holistic healing, like working with herbs, herbal medicine. Maybe it has to do with, what's it called when they stick like little needles in you? Acupuncture, stuff like that, that would be a little unconventional to certain cultures and certain belief systems. Whatever it is, I feel like your soul and your mind, your spirit has a strong draw towards whatever this is. Maybe it was an interest that you had when you were a kid, but as you got older, it's like you were more and more interested in learning about it. And especially with technology these days, maybe recently you've been looking it up. Maybe you've been watching YouTube videos about how to read tarot cards, or maybe that's how you came across this video, is you're interested in tarot readings or spirituality. And you feel this innate sense, that you're so drawn to these things. And what I have to say is the reason that you're drawn to them is because they are meant for you. The desires that we have, I personally believe, are desires that originate within the universe itself. The universe wanted this thing to be brought to fruition, and that's why you have this desire to do this, to study this thing, to practice this thing. Whatever it is, there's something that you're meant to do with it. And with the Reproach card, clarified by the Knight of Cups and the Two of Pentacles, I feel like in order for you to continue to pursue this direction, you have to accept it fully. You have to accept that there will be certain people in your life who disapprove of it, but as long as you love it, as long as you know that it's meant for you, as long as you know that this is what you want to do, you have to stick with it, you have to accept it, and you have to stop talking down to yourself. I feel like with the Reproach card, the things that we tell ourselves and when we talk down to ourselves, it's not the inner voice that we were born with. It's the inner voice that was programmed into us by other people. So for instance, if you have parents that disapprove of whatever this is, it's been ingrained into your own psyche to disapprove of yourself, to talk down to yourself. In moments of like quiet and weakness, you have this inner voice within yourself that's disapproving or talking down to or saying, you can't do that, you're never going to succeed at it, this thing is looked down on, people are going to judge you. In a sense, it's yourself trying to protect yourself, telling yourself, bringing up all these fears to keep you away from it because it's afraid of not being loved. It's afraid of being judged. And so that's your body's way of trying to protect yourself. But at the same time, those words are not your own. Those words are words that have come from other people. Other people that, in their own way, they were just trying to protect you, but that doesn't make it right. That doesn't mean that you have to keep talking to yourself this way. And I think that you might not even realize that you have these implicit biases because they're so deeply ingrained. Something that I come back to a lot in these readings is talking about shadow work. So if you don't know what shadow work is, it's not inherently spiritual, it's more psychological. You can look up shadow work prompts or shadow work journals. And what it essentially is these are questions, deep questions to ask yourself in order to explore your emotions, why you react to certain things, why certain things trigger you, so you get a deeper understanding of yourself. And I think as you go down this journey, as you go down this path of, learning whatever this unconventional thing is, shadow work could be something that truly does help you, because I think the biggest thing that's going to hold you back is your fears of judgment, and also the judgment that you put on yourself, the harsh words that you say towards yourself, even if they only come up in like short flashes, or maybe it shows up in feelings rather than words. These are all things that you're going to have to work through, things that you're going to have to forgive yourself about, things that you're going to have to accept about yourself, things that you're going to have to push past and learn how to love yourself for. And all of this is very difficult, so yeah, that's why I recommend shadow work. But also, if you can find a mentor, somebody who does what it is that you want to pursue, people like you who have gone down this journey that you're going through, people who have done unconventional things, find your tribe, find people that you can relate to, because the people that came before you know exactly what it is that you're going through and what you are going to continue to go through. And, building up that kind of support system, especially if you feel like you're going to lose an old support system, you're going to lose your family's support, maybe friends who don't want to be associated with you because you're doing this crazy thing like tarot. Just kidding. I mean, it's not that crazy, but some people truly, they can't accept new things. And I think the best way to protect yourself and support yourself as you pursue this thing that you want to pursue is by doing, all the things that I just said. So, be gentle with yourself, especially with this Knight of Cups here. This card is all about gentleness. It's about diplomacy. It's like coming forward with an emotional offer. That's you in contact with yourself. That's you comforting yourself. That's you loving yourself. That's you standing by your side when no one else is going to, standing up for yourself. When everybody around you is disbelieving or judging, you be that person in your corner that's saying, I believe in this thing that we're doing. I believe that this is what I want to do, and I'm going to support myself no matter what people say, no matter how people try to hold me back. And with the Two of Pentacles, I almost get a sense that this is kind of saying, you're going to need to learn how to hold multiple opinions at once. And I'll give you a personal example of this. So, obviously I make these videos. Sometimes I get some really unsavory comments. I get people, I literally had somebody one time say, you should give up. And at first it stung. I was like, ouch. But then I had to move on and realize that, everybody is going to have their own opinions. Just because somebody has an opinion that, goes against my personal opinions doesn't mean that one is right and the other is wrong. You can hold space for two different opinions and choose the one that matters most to you. Am I gonna, choose the opinion of some random person on the internet telling me that I should give up? No, I'm gonna choose my opinion of saying, this is something that I love, this is something I enjoy doing, so I'm gonna continue to do it. And people can continue to comment things like that, and all it shows to me is that person is hurting in their own life. That person has their own things to work through, and eventually, what goes around comes around. They're going to have their own instance where somebody says that to them, or they feel the feelings that they put out into the world. And that's what I have to recognize within myself when people try to put me down, or when people try to stop me, or when I feel judgment. I have to be the person in my corner who's like, Okay, which opinion are we going to care more about? The opinion of some person that we don't know, that we don't respect, or ourself? And it's hard, especially if, deep down, you're not sure if you respect yourself. That's something that you're going to have to build up. And you're going to have to weigh a lot of different opinions about your life and what you should be doing. And you're going to have to ask yourself which opinion matters more. These people who aren't living my life, or me who is living my life? Ask yourself, what kind of life do you want to live? The one you've always dreamed of, the one where you're actually, in your purpose, chasing what makes you happy? Or the life where you live for other people, you live for their opinions and their approval, and then by the end of your life, you're just so upset that you never did anything that you actually wanted to do. Ask yourself what you truly want. And finally, it's a little bit more of the same, but you have the Respect card and the High Priestess. And the High Priestess has to do with our intuition. This is our deep knowing. I feel like when it comes to this path or this unconventional thing, I keep calling it unconventional, but who cares about convention, Just because it's different from, the majority doesn't mean it's bad. But that's just the best way I can talk about it, because I'm not going to get too specific about what it is. But I feel like you have this deep knowing that this is something that you're meant to do. This is something that you love. This is something that sets your heart on fire. This is something that gives your life deeper meaning and deeper purpose. And you need to protect that feeling. You have that intuitive feeling. And so with the Respect card, it's like, have respect for your own desires. Have respect for your own intuition. When you have people, come up to you and tell you like, hey, are you sure you want to go down that path? It's kind of unconventional. How do you know it's going to work out? You have this intuitive knowing that it is going to work out. You've had the signs tell you you're meant to pursue this. You've had this deep desire within you that wants to chase after this thing. Have respect for that intuition. Have respect for the desire within you. Have respect for the universe giving you these signs, pushing you along, supporting you, being in your corner when everybody else is trying to put you down. When people disrespect you, you need to have such a strong wall of self-respect around you that it can't even penetrate that. Because this is something that you're meant to do. This is it. It doesn't get better than this. It's very rare that people have this one thing that matters so much to them and that actually have the gall to go for it, Be one of those people. Because, okay, there's this tarot reader on here called Chloe Taylor, and something that she would always say, like her motto is, when you stand in your own authenticity, it empowers everyone around you to do the same. It may be scary, it may feel like you're standing alone, but whether you realize it or not, there will be a little kid standing near you, watching you do that, and be inspired to do the same later on down the line. Be that person, be that role model. Whether people come up to you and tell you that you are a role model or not, realize that as long as you're standing in your own authenticity, being authentically you, doing what it is that you truly love and desire to do, it empowers other people to do the same. And whether you realize it or not, it's making your community a better place. It's making the world a better place just by being who you want to be. Because so often, people push it aside. People be other people. People do things for other people's approval instead of living for themselves. And it's saddening. But you have the opportunity here to do something incredibly empowering. So, pile 2. That is everything that I have for you. I really hope that this reading brought you clarity. I hope that this empowers you and gives you the oh gosh, what's it called? I'm already losing my words. Whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. So, thank you so much for watching, and I truly wish you the best in everything that you do. Oh wait, before we go, I forgot that you have one more card. Oh my god, okay, I literally almost skipped this. I do this very often, but it's the card that you chose at the very beginning. Card number 7, Inner Truth with the Owl. So let's go ahead and read this to you. Number 7. Owl sees in the dark and knows what is not directly being shown. She is the master intuitive. In ancient Greek mythology, Owl sat on the shoulder of Athena so that the goddess would know the whole truth at all times. If you receive this card in your reading, it is a message that you have a deep inner knowing and you can trust in this gift. Like I said, intuition, trust that intuition. Whatever guidance you are currently seeking, this card is confirmation that the answer will not only come, but it will come from within. Owl says it is okay to not always immediately know the right answer or what to do. Fear may arise and hide the truth of a situation from you, but you are being asked to sit in the confidence of your inner knowing. Patience is of the utmost importance. When you push and try to instruct your intuition to immediately figure out the answer, your intuition becomes strangled by your ego's control. All you need to know is that the guidance will come. When and how it comes is none of your concern. Life will help you connect with your intuition to reveal the truth. Figure out the best path and do what is best for your growth and the growth of anyone else involved. Owl's medicine shares that you do know the answer and it will be revealed at the correct moment. Relax and go do something else. So I'm sorry I'm stumbling over my words a bit. This happens always when I get to the end of the readings. But if you stuck with me this far, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Whoa. Pile 3. I had to start the reading early. I haven't gotten the last card yet, but I'm already feeling a pressure on me. And as you can see, we have the Devil card here, and the Physical Pain card, and the Message of Warning card. So you've got some really powerful words coming through here, a big warning about some massive force in your life that is a force for bad, not a force for good. Especially with the Devil, this is all about entrapment. I mean, the first thing that's coming to mind is abusive relationship. Now, this could be a romantic relationship, this could be a friendship, a quote-unquote friendship, or this could be a family member, but whatever it is, there's a strong, strong message here that you need to leave whatever this is. And I just, I needed you to hear, my tone of voice right now, which is why I started early, because as soon as I flipped over the Devil card, I felt like I got hit with this wave of, whoa, I don't even know how to explain the feeling. It's like if a rattlesnake started, rattling right next to me really loudly. It's freezes me for a second. Okay, whoa. There's something crazy going on here. So let me go ahead and get this final card. Clarification for mirror effect. Okay. Wow. All right. So something I want to start off by saying is you have the number 33 twice, with Message of Warning, but also from the card that you chose at the very beginning, Nourish the Shadow, number 33. Number 33 is a master number, and I've heard it be called the master of all master numbers. I don't know a lot about it. I know it's a very powerful sign from the universe, so I encourage you to look up master number 33 and see what you feel most drawn to. But like I said here, so we're starting off with physical pain, right? There is a pain point in your life. There is somebody causing you pain, and your guides are trying to tell you it's time to leave. And I almost don't feel qualified to talk about this. I've never been in an abusive relationship. I mean, I know people who have been, but take everything I say with a grain of salt. But I will say that I'm getting an overwhelming feeling here of I don't know how to put it into words, but the word warning comes to mind. Warning. It's like if sirens started going off and it just freezes you in place and you have to start looking around something's off, something's putting you in danger. There's somebody in your life that's unstable. They might be honestly threatening you physically. You might not even know it. You might just get a weird vibe from somebody, and I literally just need to tell you, get the hell out of there. I'm not even gonna try to put analogies here. Usually I try to slow down and give you all these analogies and explain all the cards. There's a bad person in your life. It's gotten to the point where Spirit is giving this message of urgency where it's don't even talk for a long time, just get these words out, tell them to get away from this person. I feel like you know who it is, and I want to tell you that there's a lot of nuances that go into why people stay in abusive relationships, and it's never something you should be blamed for. Everybody has their own reasons, their own insecurities and fears that keep them trapped. I know there are people that would rather choose staying with an abusive partner or an abusive family member than face loneliness or face financial insecurity or face things that, they feel like they don't have the ability to overcome. But I'm literally being told to tell you right now, you have to get out of here. Like, I can't emphasize it enough. This person could do something very bad to you. And I don't say that lightly. I don't even feel like I should be giving this message, but it's come through so strongly, I feel the responsibility to tell you what I'm seeing here. So, like I said, take everything with a grain of salt. I don't ever do anything on here to like fearmonger. That's the last thing that I want to do. I don't want people to come into my readings feeling fear. This is my least favorite kind of message, but every card here is like horrible. There's a person in your life, a partner that you're with, or a family member, and maybe you don't mentally, consciously realize just how much of a danger they are to you, but I want you to look within on like a primal level. What does your gut tell you? Do you get like a sick, like twisted feeling in your gut when you're around this person or when they say a certain thing? Or do you feel like you need to walk on glass around them, like they might go off at any moment? Do you feel like that kind of feeling in your gut, like a sinking feeling, like something's wrong? Recognize it. Recognize this person. And if you're wearing rose-colored glasses, it's time to take them off, because clarifying the physical pain card, you have the Six of Swords, and you literally see these people have got on a boat, they've got themselves, their belongings, and they're like getting the hell out of there. This card is literally about leaving. Take what you can, get out. If you can get help, let them help you get out. You cannot stay in this situation. I cannot emphasize enough. I mean, this is a general reading, so I can't say exactly what everyone's situation is, because this could be meant for multiple people, but something could happen tomorrow that endangers you. And like, that's the kind of level of urgency that I'm telling you need to get out of here. You'd be safer literally anywhere else. Literally anywhere else. Because the message of warning card, clarified by the devil, if you know anything about tarot, like, that's like blaringly obvious. Like, I'm just trying to give you as much emphasis on this, how dangerous of a situation, how dangerous of a person this is. I don't like using, fear-mongering type words. I don't like using, like, feelings of urgency, which is why I'm hesitant to say something like this, but I truly believe that this reading is indicating there could be possible bodily harm or threat to life. And I do not say that lightly. If this is resonating, if you feel like there is that dangerous person in your life, if you've had this gut feeling about somebody bad in your life, if you feel like you're in a bad situation, you feel like it's only going to escalate, please, 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 please do whatever you can to get out of here. Like, I cannot emphasize that enough. With the mirror effect and the Ace of Wands reversed, I feel like you haven't been fully honest with people around you of exactly what's gone down between you and whoever this horrible person is. But it's time to be open and honest with them. Especially, I'm getting like sister energy here with the mirror effect. Like, you see these two girls and they almost look like twins. It doesn't have to be a sister. It could be a best friend. It could be a brother. It could be an aunt, an uncle, somebody you feel very close to, that you love and trust, that you maybe haven't told the full truth about, whoever this person is. It's time to be truthful with them, because this could be somebody that really does help you and protect you. And I know it's scary to open up about things. It might even feel embarrassing, but please do not stay in this situation. Like, I cannot be more serious about this. Like, if I could, I'd show you my face, like, just so you could see how deadly serious I am, though I don't do that on this channel. But like, that's the kind of level of urgency that I feel. Like, I just want to grab the camera and like stare into it and like tell you, please get out of this situation. Like, I can't tell you the level of seriousness that like I felt when I got these cards out. Yeah, like, there's no other message here except for that. Like, there's a bad person in your life. Your gut knows who it is. Get out of there. Tell people you know and trust and love. And just, get as far away from this person, get as far away from this situation as possible. Because this person could do irreparable damage to you, either physically or to your life. And I don't take that lightly when I say it. So, I really hope that, this finds those that need it. I really wasn't expecting to give this type of message, but I'm giving it for a reason. And if it resonated with you, I really highly encourage you to, listen to this, even if it turns out to be a fluke, even if, this reading was meant for other people and, it didn't turn out to be true for you, it's better to be safe than sorry. Okay, but, it's better to be safe and, like, nothing happened than to be like, oh, I don't need to do that. It's not for me. If you, in general, it's just a good thing. Like, if you have a bad feeling about somebody, try to distance yourself from them. Like, if your gut is telling you that this person is bad, this person is dangerous, this person doesn't have your best interest at heart, there's no reason to be around them, really. It's not the kind of person that you want to have in your life. Something also that just came to mind is, like, if you had a creepy neighbor move in and you just have a bad feeling about them, you have a bad feeling they've been, like, watching you or, like, stalking you, or they might break in, like, that scares the shit out of me. Like, I really do feel scared right now. Trust your gut. Maybe it's not somebody super close to you, but it's somebody you have a bad feeling about that, like, lives near you. Maybe it's a stalker. Like, that's the kind of, like, level of, like, oh shit, that I get from this. So, do what you can, protect yourself, lock your doors at night, talk to people that you trust, maybe sleep at a friend's house or ask somebody to sleep over. Just don't be alone. And I truly wish you the best. I wish I could do more, but I hope that this warning, it reached those that need it at the right time. And so finally, I want to talk to you a little bit about this card that you chose at the very beginning, number 33, Nourish the Shadow. I feel like the intuitive message that I'm getting from it is different from the guidebook, so I'm not going to read you exactly what the guidebook says. But this shadow, okay, this panther, this is your gut, this is your intuition. It has been starved. I think you have been told over and over again, don't trust yourself. Why would you trust yourself when you could trust me? By other people. Maybe your intuition, your gut instinct, your intellect has been put down, and therefore you didn't nourish it. You didn't learn how to become fully in tune with it. You don't even trust your own judgment. What this card is trying to tell you is nourish that intuition, nourish yourself, trust your intellect, trust your gut. You've become so far removed from your own instincts by people that didn't want you to trust them that you have this belief that, like, you can't trust yourself. You don't believe in yourself. And I feel like that's what may have kept you in this situation. That's what may have stopped you from trusting your gut instinct. That might even be what stops you from trusting this message right now. But the biggest thing that you need to hear from this is rebuild that relationship with your intuition. Trust your gut. Maybe it's been dimmed for so long that you can't even hear it anymore. You're not even sure how to tap into it. But trust the feelings you get. If you have a pit in your stomach, if you have a twisting, sick feeling about something or someone or a situation, trust it. Learn how to become intuitive. Learn how to become in tune with it, because that is what is trying to protect you right now. And I feel like because you haven't been in tune with it for so long, that's why this message had to come through, because your gut is, like, trying to scream it at you, trying to tell you, but it's been pushed down for so long, and I do not blame you for this. I think that this is the fault of other people. But now is the time where you get back in tune with it, because that is your first line of defense to protect you. When there's somebody shady following you at night, or you get a weird look from somebody, your gut is going to tell you, this person is not to be trusted, or, keep an eye out, be a little bit more aware of your surroundings. Your gut and your intuition will protect you, especially in a situation like this. That is when you need your intuition the most. So that is what I'll leave you off with. Please seek help. I know not a lot of people like to call the police, but if that's something you feel comfortable doing, if you have, evidence against this person being, like, a stalker or, causing bodily harm, do what you can to protect yourself in any way that you can, in any way that you feel comfortable in, but trust that this message found you for a reason. If it resonates and somebody did come to mind, some crazy MFer that's, like, trying to get at you, trust that this message found you for a reason. So, pile 3, I truly wish you the best in everything that happens. Bye-bye.